Today we'll be going over and installing a lower control arm kit for a 2006 to 2010 Honda Civic. First, we're going to carefully open the box and lay out all the parts to make sure we have everything. This kit includes your lower control arm on the driver, sway bar end links both front and rear, your lower ball joints, and hardware for both sides, inner tie rods, and outer tie rods, and finally the inner tie rod dust covers with the clamps. And now for the tools you'll need for the job. You'll need a large impact wrench, a medium impact wrench, a hammer, a ratcheting wrench, a pry bar, a large and a small adjustable wrench, a flathead screwdriver, a ratcheting wrench, needle nose pliers, a 22mm wrench, an 18mm, a 17mm socket, a 17mm small socket of 5mm hex key, a 7mm socket, and finally a shallow well of 14mm socket. Using the torque wrench and the deep well 17mm, break the lug nuts loose and raise the vehicle. Once the vehicle is safely in the air, finish removing the lug nuts and remove the wheel. Using the hex drive and a 14mm wrench, we are going to start with the rear sway bar mount. Inspect the new sway bar end links to make sure that they are a correct fit, and replace them the same way you removed them. Top end first, with the nut, and then the bottom. Using the same hex drive and a 17mm wrench, we're going to tighten these down. Once we get those nice and tight, we're going to torque them to spec to either 40 Nm of force or 30 foot-pounds. Next, we're going to move on to our lower ball joints. Using a 17mm, we're going to remove those nuts completely. Once those are free, we're going to use our needle nose pliers to remove the cotter pin. Once the cotter pin's out, we're using a 22mm wrench to break that bolt loose. And now the fun part. Hit it with a hammer until it breaks free. Once it's loose, you're going to push the knuckle out as such and remove the lower ball joint. Using a 14mm, we're going to remove our sway bar end link bolt, and a 17mm to remove the control arm bolts. Once those bolts are out, the control arm should easily come out. Back to a 14mm to remove the sway bar end links. Now using a 24mm, we're going to loosen up the jam nut on the outer tie rod end, and needle nose pliers to remove the cotter pin. Once it's free, we're going to use a 19mm to break that bolt loose, and a hammer to break it free of the knuckle. When it's free from the knuckle, it should twist off by hand. Now back to our needle nose pliers, we're going to use these to remove the clamp off the inner tie rod dust cover. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver to break our inner tie rod dust cover clamp free. When that's out, we're going to use our big adjustable wrench to break our inner tie rod free. Make sure to use the lock washer on the new inner tie rod before it goes on. Twist it on by hand, and use the big adjustable wrench to tighten it down. Next, we're going to use our pry bar to bend the lock washer in place so the inner tie rod does not come loose. Bend it flat as shown here. Now on to the inner tie rod dust cover. Make sure to place your clamp on before the dust cover goes over. Using our needle nose pliers, we're going to reuse those old outer clamps. And now for the jam nut. Spin it on by hand before twisting on the outer tie rod. Slot the outer tie rod bolt back into the knuckle. Now for the castle nut. Twist it on by hand and replace the new sway bar end links. We're going to tighten these down with a 17mm. And again, we're going to tighten these down to 40 Nm or 30 foot-pounds of torque. Now for the lower control arm. Slot it into place and start the bolts by hand as to not cross thread them. We're going to tighten these down with a 17mm socket. Using a 14mm socket, we're going to tighten down these sway bar end links. We're going to torque down these control arm bolts to either 80 Nm or 60 foot-pounds. Using our 17mm, we're going to tighten these down to 100 Nm or 75 foot-pounds of torque. Replace the sway bar end link and twist the nut on by hand. Using a 17mm, we're going to tighten these down and torque it down to 40 Nm or 30 foot-pounds. Once the new ball joint's in place, start the nuts by hand. And tighten them down with either an impact gun or a ratchet and an 18mm. And using our torque wrench, we're going to tighten it down to 70 Nm or 50 foot-pounds of torque. And finally the 18 with the same torque spec, 70 Nm or 50 foot-pounds. Next, we're going to use a pry bar to pull the lower control arm down, so that way we can slide the lower ball joint into the knuckle. Next, we're going to start the castle nut by hand and tighten it down with a 20mm wrench. Don't forget to put that cotter pin back in and make sure it can slot in freely, and bend it back with your needle nose pliers. Using our 17mm and torque wrench, we're going to tighten our outer tie rod down to 40 Nm or 30 foot-pounds of torque. Don't forget to install your cotter pin onto your outer tie rod and using the needle nose pliers to bend it in place. Next, we can use our 22mm wrench to tighten down that jam nut. And finally, we tie it all together by installing the grease nipples. Start them by hand to make sure they don't cross thread. And tighten them down with a 7mm wrench. Now that we got the front end back together, it's time to install the wheels. Like always, start the lug nuts by hand as to not cross thread them. Next, we're going to use a 17mm on an impact wrench or a ratcheting wrench to tighten down these lug nuts. And finally, we torque these down to 130 Nm or 95 foot-pounds.